Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, October 4th, 2022. The moon spends today in your solar second house, and your comfort needs are more important in your mind's eye. Tensions can build regarding boundaries, money, power dynamics, or respect in the first half of the day when it's easier to see differences. There's certainly a vague sense that you want to do something different, more exciting, and more fulfilling. Attractions can be intense, but you can also feel unsatisfied if you sense you're out of balance. While the day holds some impulsive energy, for the most part, you're happy to stay put and reel things in. With others, it's best to double-check that the conversation is working both ways. Today is one for pure pleasure and bliss. With the planets focusing on passion, partying, and adventure, you're set to be absorbed by the magic of the moment. Sweet Venus, our goddess planet, and the great benefic, Jupiter, form an opposition, increasing your need for pleasure and creativity. Don't sit back or relax at home. Go out and meet new people. Do your best to bring a bit of humor, charm, and sparkle everywhere you go, and everyone will be mesmerized by you. You'll succeed with flying colors in amplifying your popularity just as you like it. How can you move forward at work with the best outlook possible? Seeking your inner harmony and balance is necessary to combat daily stressors, as Venus in Libra opposes Jupiter retrograde in Aries. Venus's powers can encourage you to find aspects of your job to love, such as the opportunity to work with wonderful people or to follow your creative endeavors. When you attune your subconscious approach to a more peaceful, balanced tone, this will translate to your work and life. You will begin to see your abundance come in over time. The moon is being kept busy during its final hours in your income sector, over and above working to sharpen your nose for money and act as a trigger. While a clash with planets in your financial sector might create some financial tension, a friendly aspect to others in your work sector will turn this into motivation. With no planetary activity in your income sector, the moon has had to pack a lot into just a few short days. You thrive on having a secret plan. This is nothing to be ashamed of. Secret plans are really pacts you make with yourself, a way of challenging yourself and being protected at the same time from public scrutiny. Now is a great time to isolate a particular health goal, improve your skin by drinking copious amounts of water throughout the day, improve your muscle tone with furtive workouts, or save your pennies and treat yourself to a relaxing getaway when possible. This day will be serious and filled with gravity. You will question some of your most fundamental relationships. Don't leave anything to chance today. Above all, your thoughts will have to bring about effective changes. The vibrations of your number will push you to see far ahead and be lucid on a path that could modify your personal and professional future. There is a general sense of stillness over the weekend that is coming from several sources. On the one hand, as Venus spends her first weekend in a nostalgic part of your chart where she has joined the Sun in the month-long wind-down of your old solar year, there will be a general desire to pull back and relax and fall into the weekend's slower pace. At the same time, you not only have Mercury at a standstill as he turns direct today, ending the last Mercury retrograde phase of 2022, but Pluto as well, 7 days before his direct turn. On the same day that Mercury, the planet of communication, turns direct, the moon not only returns to your communication sector today, but just as Pluto moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion here. While the planets in your relationship sector will remain in retrograde motion for the rest of the year, the moon's return today begins one last effort to get the communication lines open to the past. Our eyes in the sky. The energy requires you to stay on your toes. It could pull you in different directions, but if you seize the day, you'll benefit in the end. There is so much happening at once with today's transits. A strong pull between earth and fire has a hand in both moving things forward practically and jumping into things courageously. The moon is in Capricorn while the sun is in Libra, and there is a strong sense that we need to be brave today. Your creative passion is burning in your soul, but it requires some kind of organization. With a square between the loving Sun in Libra and the domineering Moon in Capricorn, there's a dynamic pull between structure and ambition. This is where the conflict arises and where you really need to hold it down. Remember that everyone thinks they're right. There is a conviction in the collective that could go either way. Pay close attention to the news you receive over the next few days, and don't give up on your dream. Mercury turns direct today, ending the current retrograde. With plenty of raw and real conversations going on, you might come to a conclusion that you've needed to understand for many years. This could completely change the direction of your internal compass. Never compromise your needs for the needs of others. After midnight, the Moon enters Capricorn and ends its void of course that began yesterday afternoon. Over the next 2 days, we abandon Sagittarian optimism for Capricorn stoicism. The Moon's transit through this sign can cause us to come off as cold or disinterested in our interactions with others. In reality, we are simply less demonstrative of our emotions. We are more reserved and calculating, weighing the risks and rewards of our choices. Life becomes a kind of cost-benefit analysis. In this frame of mind, sacrifices can be made for a long-term legacy we can be proud of. On the one hand, you see many of your strengths and feel pretty good about yourself. On the other hand, you feel the one nagging thing you haven't been able to quite work out dragging you down. If you continue to compare yourself to others, you will create a real problem for yourself. If you use the positive to confront the negative within yourself, you stand a chance of a real breakthrough. Try to keep yourself centered through some aerobic exercise to keep the fresh blood flowing. In the pre-dawn hours, Mercury stations direct after 3 weeks of being retrograde. Errors in judgments were particularly visible during the messenger planet's backspin through communication-oriented Libra and detail-obsessed Virgo. However, misunderstandings and missed appointments have been a blessing in disguise, compelling us to slow down, pause, and recalibrate. We've been forced to get extra clear about what we want, especially in our relationships. Although we are now clear to return to our seat at the negotiating table, Mercury will be moving through its post-retrograde shadow until October, so continue to exercise mindfulness.